This is pro wrestling's original MTV star, Rory Fox, and you're listening to the Slam Fam Wrestling Network. Welcome to the family. Send me my money via PayPal.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 85 of Off the Chest of Timothy Regal. I, of course, am your host, as heard on WHW Monday, as seen at StarCast, the most famous man in pro wrestling in the state of Iowa, Timothy Regal, joined as always by the 7-star mind, Alex McCarthy.
One of the most photographed people by Photos by Manning this weekend.
I believe that to be true.
562 photos he took this weekend, just of individuals.
You?
No portraits. He was trying
I thought he was going to tell us he took 562 pictures of you.
No, he was trying to break a record, a world record for the most people photographed in one day.
How did that go?
He got 562.
Okay.
The record was 720.
Okay.
So he came up a little short, but still great weekend. 3XW Latino Heritage Festival. Great time, and I got to meet somebody for the first time, and he's here today, Regal.
Ace Steel?
I did meet Ace Steel.
Before we get to who your special guest, I do want to talk about that. You actually got to meet, hang out, and get under the learning tree of probably, I think, one of the most underrated minds in the history of the business. A guy who I've known since 2003, who may... Back in the day, we used to say he had questionable relations with sheep, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, Sexy Ace Steel, Crazy Ace Steel, former NWA TNA weekly pay-per-view star Ace Steel. But, yeah, one of the guys who... Margaret!
What?
I do got to call you out on something.
What?
You didn't know that Ace trained Colt Cabana and CM Punk.
Why would I know that?
Why would she know that?
Okay, let's look back. I have not been a wrestling fan for 2 full years. I know a shit ton more than most people would in my position, but I've still only done this for less than 2 years.
I found it hilarious when Alex told me.
And honest to God, Ace Steel didn't give a shit that I didn't know who it was. I had to ask his name at one point, and he was chill, so you can fuck off.
Okay.
Although, honestly, I don't know that I would have been able to pick Ace out of a lineup.
Really?
Now.
Oh.
No.
Well, I've known Ace since 2003. But, yeah, no.
Really nice guy. Super down to earth. I learned a shit ton. It was great.
I mean, yeah, he's one of the best minds. I mean, like I said, he trained Punk and Cabana. Was part of the Second City Saints in Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. Was in one of my favorite Ring of Honor matches of all time against the B.J. Whitmer and Dan Moff with him and Punk in the Chicago street fight where we basically pulled the ECW arena and threw all the chairs into the ring.
Yeah.
Where Merrick Brave may have thrown my mom's pink Minnie Mouse hat that he was wearing all day into the ring during the when they count 3, and it actually lands right next to Ace, and Ace caresses it. Yes, this actually happened. Merrick Brave once stole my mom's Minnie Mouse hat and wore it for an entire day at Ring of Honor.
My goodness, Regal.
Yeah. So, what was up at the Latino American Heritage Festival other than you learning a lot from like Ace Steel?
Yeah, like I said, I got to meet Ace Steel. I also got to meet somebody else that I'd never met before.
Who'd you meet?
He's here for the first time today.
He's here?
He's here.
Got a special guest?
Yes. He managed Ajax Adams in the first match on Sunday against Chefe Barbosa.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did.
I've heard of this guy.
Yes. This is my good friend, Senor Tigre. Senor, welcome.
Senor Tigre, come on in, man.
Hola, Regal, my friend Timothy Regal. How are you?
I am great. It's great to see you, Senor Tigre.
It's great to be here on Off the Chest of Timothy Regal. I am so honored.
So Senor Tigre.
Yes.
You are a retired luchador.
Yes, I used to wrestle a little bit.
I'm
a manager now. I got to manage
you're a
Ajax
manager.
Adams, numero uno.
You have the big tiger head.
Yes, I got the tiger helmet that I wear out, and then during the match, I'd let one of the little kids wear it. Just like Bret Hart used to have the sunglasses, Senor Tigre has the tiger helmet, and I let one of the kids wear it during the match.
That's a pretty cool thing to do. I like to involve the kids.
I love kids.
But how did you come to be in the service of one Ajax Adams?
I came, I said, Mr. Todd, Mr. Countryman, my friend Todd Countryman, I came to him, I said, Todd, I cannot be here very long, I cannot be here all day, but I would really like, I love the Latino fans, I love the Des Moines fans, and I just really want to be a part of Latino Fest today for a little bit. Can I manage one match, please? Stay around, take some photos with kids, sign autographs, things like that. And he said that was fine. I went to the locker room, I introduced myself to all of the wrestlers, and I just really liked Ajax Adams because he's just kind of a good old country boy, just like me. And he grew up in Kansas, I grew up in Tijuana. Either way, I decided that he was the one I wanted to manage.
Now I got a question.
Yes.
You said you introduced yourself to everybody. Did you meet the 7-star mind Alex McCarthy?
I heard that he did not like people who wore masks, and
I've heard that.
He was a jerk. Not like my friend Alex from the Slam Fan Wrestling Network. I did not meet the 7-star mind.
Yeah, the 7-star mind, he's ugly too.
He is, and he's kind of fat.
Kind of fat. As opposed to me, who is a lot of fat.
But you're losing weight, Regal.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. Talk about it.
Pleased to report I'm about, this is either day 10 or 11, I'm not sure, but I so far have taken 1 day off from DDP Yoga. I haven't really, like I said, I haven't weighed myself again yet, and I'm probably going to do that maybe only about once a month. I'm starting to feel stronger. I feel more mobile. I feel more energy. I'm able to move around, like, say, during the course of a day. At work when I would have pain, I'm having considerably less pain in my knees and my ankles. So it is working. It's great. Starting to take charge of some of my nutrition. I actually went to a natural grocer for the first time ever.
How was that?
It was interesting. It's a little strange because there's so much that I realized I had to learn. But they actually sent me a really nice tweet today. And they do have dietitians and said, hey, anytime you want help, come on in. I tried my first ever vegan chocolate milk, and I have to say it was actually delicious. You know who thanked me for buying that vegan chocolate milk?
Who?
Our good friend Jah-C.
I love Jah-C. He wears the stripes just like Senor Tigre.
Yes, he has stripes just like Senor Tigre.
That's right.
But yeah, Jah-C apparently...
gracias, Margaret.
Oh, thank you, Margaret.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, no, DDP Yoga is going very well.
Very good. I just want to say before I leave, Regal. Barbosa, he put his bandana over my face. He made the senior upset. And then he pushed Ajax into me, knocked me off the apron. And I have to say that I may return to 3XW someday to take care of people like Barbosa. Because I hate cheaters. I hate bad guys. I hate liars. And Senor Tigre is about spreading good all over the world.
Can you do me a favor and take care of the 7-star mine, too?
If I ever get the chance. He's a coward, though.
Man, Alex, Senor Tigre getting a little fired up.
Senor Tigre, no, not afraid of not afraid to show the fire. Not afraid to say exactly what he thinks of the 7-star mind, Alex McCarthy, and Barbosa. But you know who else I got to meet this weekend?
Moondog Bernard?
He was there. Brandon Tolley.
Oh, yeah.
From Impact and Evolve.
Yes, Brandon Tully was there. So, I know, Oh, I'm not gonna say it. So tell me, now I said you met Thunder Lizard, but
yeah,
we should talk about that. There was a little bit of a challenge that was thrown down that you were involved in.
There was a body slam challenge between Moondog Bernard and Thunder Lizard, and it was definitely unconventional. At one point, as the 7-star mind, I asked for a tow truck to get Thunder Lizard off of Moondog Bernard because he had fallen on top of him. You know what, Regal? If we get this podcast recorded before I have to go, we can watch it. I got it on YouTube.
All right. Matt Ritter called me today and asked me something that you'll find funny.
What's that?
He said, "Was Merrick Brave at the Latino American Heritage Festival?"
Merrick Brave was not the Latino American
Merrick
Heritage
Brave was not. Yeah. As we previously discussed on this podcast with Mr. Merrick Brave, I don't know if he's ever allowed back into the Latino American Heritage
Pretty sure
Festival.
he's banned for life.
But, yeah, you had a good weekend at the Latino American Heritage Festival.
I did. We saw
I was at home.
great wrestling action. Had an incredible match between Ant Bennett and Jason Strife for the Magnum Pro Championship. Strife had defended his wrestled 3 times in 36 hours and defended his title 2 out of those 3 matches. One of them was a 36-minute no DQ match against TJ Benson at Magnum Pro, and they're doing great things at Magnum Pro. Have you been paying attention to that, Regal?
I have not, unfortunately. And Magnum Pro, it's one of those things. Magnum Pro, for those who don't know, if you're local, you may not understand what Magnum Pro is. Magnum Pro is an independent promotion that it runs in the Omaha area.
Yes.
I believe they're Omaha, Sioux City, maybe. They're over in that area.
Mostly Omaha, I believe.
They're
Western
far
Iowa,
western Iowa,
Eastern
Nebraska, and eastern Nebraska. But really, really, really good wrestlers out there. A lot of the guys from 3XW make the trip out there. Jason Strife is one of the forces behind that company.
They're world champion right now.
And they're world champion. But no, they do really good things out there. Unfortunately, due to the distance, I don't get to follow them as much as I would like.
Yeah. We really need some kind of Midwest streaming service.
We do.
A Midwest-focused streaming service for wrestling.
Or Powerbomb just needs to get off their butts and get out of here.
Yeah. We're calling you out, Powerbomb.
Yeah, I told them there's wrestling west of the Mississippi River.
Right.
No, I heard our buddy JT Energy. Did you keep up with Brooke Valentine, I saw?
He climbed aboard Captain Midnight's ship, and it was JT Energy and Brooke Valentine with Captain Midnight against Ace Steel and Lucy Mendez. Another highlight match of the weekend.
I wonder what Ace Steel thought of the 6-star booty.
Well, did you see a video of him twisting the star nipples?
Well, you see star nipples, you gotta twist them.
I mean, absolutely. You realize Ace Steel wrestled in a mask this weekend?
I saw that.
Yeah.
No. Unfortunately,
you got to come to Latino Fest next year, Regal.
I would like to. It looks like it's a lot of fun. It's one of those things I've always kind of wanted to get to that I've never gotten to.
Pokemon Go stops everywhere.
I saw you guys were talking about that. But I saw our buddy Austin Faust was on the news.
Austin Faust?
Austin Faust.
Not Austin Faust?
Nope, the F-O-U-S-T.
Yeah, I saw that.
What? After they asked him, he said they asked him to spell his name so they could get it right. They still got it wrong.
Yep.
But yeah, I saw our boys Flex Appeal.
Tyler Jones was not there.
No, Tyler, just.
And Austin actually didn't wrestle. He was simply there to support Chris Manning.
Oh, cool.
Lots of people there to support Chris Manning, including the Monster Malice and his wife.
Nice.
Ran into them. The editor-in-chief of the Pro Wrestling Mothership, RK Smohawk, Justin Smothers, was there with his, I believe, fiance, right?
Yes, they are now engaged.
Yeah, his fiance and his son, Connor.
Hey, do you know you can follow Dustin on Twitter at Smohawk?
I didn't think you were going to do that on this podcast ever again.
I haven't done that in forever. There's a throwback for y'all.
A little throwback from Timothy Regal.
Good to see. Good. I really wish I'd have been there because it sounds like not only did you get to see some great wrestling, we got to see some of our friends that we don't normally get to see very often.
Yep. On Saturday, I managed the team of. Who all was on my team? It was Barbosa. It was Moondog Bernard, of course, and I'm drawing a blank.
You might have so many stars in it, you can't remember who you managed.
Yeah, quite possibly. Man, that kills me. It was Barbosa, Moondog.
Anyway, did you win?
No. We took on the team of Jah-C, Renato Sanchez, and Cuco Santiago.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Did Jah-C kick you?
Jah-C did not kick me. I actually did not get physically involved in the match.
I told Jah-C to kick you.
You did?
Yes, I did.
You jerk.
I know. I'm a horrible person. What else? It's been kind of a slow news week.
It really has. What do you think of 205 Live moving to Wednesdays?
I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
Number one, they apparently they pre-taped the show before SmackDown.
Yeah.
And the crowd was so much more engaged.
Oh, absolutely.
I've actually not watched last week's 205 Live.
Oh my God, you have to.
Yeah, I've been.
It was so good. Just a phenomenal match between Grand Metalik and TJP, and then the main event was off the charts between Drew Gulak and Cedric Alexander.
I've actually been kind of behind this week. I've been doing I've had a lot of other stuff going on, but no, I finally just last night finally watched NXT. Have you watched NXT yet?
Yes.
Pete Dunne versus Ricochet, absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Holy smokes, those guys killed it.
For me, Wednesday night is must-see wrestling now.
Well, yeah, it's pretty much you get
I mean, it already was.
You get 205 Live, you get NXT, then you get the Mae Young Classic, and then I'm guessing, and this is kind of an educated guess here, that as soon as the Mae Young Classic is over, that's when we're going to get NXT UK in that time slot.
Quite possibly. But
then there's you got the Mixed Match Challenge going on, which I haven't watched yet.
I haven't either. It looks like a lot of fun though. Looks like the guys and girls have a lot of fun on that show. All right, Regal. Here's a little topic for us. Speaking of the Mixed Match Challenge, what are some local Iowa-based? If you were gonna do a Midwest Iowa-based Mixed Match Challenge, what would some of your teams be? Put you on the spot.
We'll do. I'm gonna do Maddie Starr and Frankie J.
Okay. I like that one.
I'm gonna do 3XW, Brooke Valentine, and Nathan Edwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do. Just because I think the image of this would be hilarious.
Yeah?
Valentina Loca and Malice.
Ooh.
And then we'll do, I'd say, Reign Victoria and Mason Beck.
God damn it, Regal. That was mine. That was the only one I'd come up with. Oh! You know what match you missed yesterday? I'll go to mixed match in a minute. Or you know what match you missed Saturday?
What'd I miss?
Knight Wagner and Larry Lemons.
I heard.
Okay, I didn't know if you heard about that one or not.
Yeah, Knight Wagner stepping back in the ring.
And Larry Lemons stepping back in the ring, taking off the stripes and putting on the yellow stripe with the lemon.
We've seen him do that a couple times now. So.
Yeah, we have. I think it's almost like Larry wants to be a wrestler. But no, that was just me stalling so I could come up with some mixed match teams. I'm gonna say Reign Victoria and Malice, not Malice, Mason Beck, because I already did come up with that one. I'm gonna keep Brooke Valentine with JT Energy. That's a great mixed match team.
Did they work well together?
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, they didn't win, but
Well, we'll blame the 6-star booty on that one. I don't know.
I'm gonna put one together. Just two people that are full of energy and full of adrenaline. I'm gonna say Quinn McKay and the Shug, Shane Hollister.
Ooh, I like that one.
I figured you would, Regal. Trying to think here. We've got so many great women, and the Queen of Des Moines tournament coming up. I'm gonna at least try to come up with 4. I haven't used Valentina Loca yet. I'm gonna go ahead and put her with Big Ray Sanchez, because I think they'd bless up and do some of that I think they say gangster-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one for you for Valentina Loca.
Who's that?
Valentina Loca and James Jeffries. Everybody loves, all the fans love Valentina Loca. Everybody loves James Jeffries.
Yeah.
The greatest man that ever lived.
Yeah. Sort of. But yeah, that would be pretty good. Mixed match challenge. Regal, are you excited for the Queen of Des Moines tournament?
I am. Unfortunately, I am not going to be able to go.
You gotta work?
Yeah, I gotta work. I really wanted to go. I really want to see Quinn McKay. I'm hearing great things. The little bit that I have seen on video, I was pretty impressed by. She is a graduate of NWL, I believe.
Yeah, did some training in NWL. Yeah,
training in NWL. She's worked St. Louis Anarchy. She was on the St. Louis Anarchy show that I saw a few weeks ago. Really impressed by her. Obviously, really young, really new to the business, but great look, great athleticism.
Already showing a boatload of potential.
Yeah, and a ton of natural charisma that I think she could be a breakout star that helps take this local scene, I think, to another level. Yeah, so
I'm gonna throw one. I got another idea for a team at the last minute.
Who you got?
I already used him, but JT Energy and Laney Luck.
Do we need to spell out why that team? Let's just say that.
I got a better one.
Okay.
Laney Luck and the former Iowa Hawkeye Steve Manders.
Okay. Jamie Lynn would like that team.
Quite possibly. Anyways, so Regal, what else is going on?
I mean,
in wrestling.
WWE has like 4 or 5 different things they're promoting at the same time.
Yeah, we're not talking about one of them.
I'm so confused. It literally is. Okay, so here's the thing. I actually watched Raw live last week, and normally I don't do that, but I pulled Raw. Through a friend. I'm able to. Through a friend. I'm able to pull up DirecTV stuff. I pulled up Raw on my tablet and actually sat and watched it live, and it is so just. First off, I was just bored. Like, there are moments where it's like, God, there's still an hour and a half left in this show. There's still an hour left. And they're trying to promote the Evolution pay-per-view.
Yep.
Super Showdown.
Yep.
The thing we're not going to talk about.
Yep.
The Mixed Match Challenge.
Yep.
The new Marine movie. New season of Total Divas. God, what else? Connor's Cure.
Yep.
It's like you're just bombarded with this constant promotional machine that just I think it gets to a point where it starts to take away from the show, and it's becoming to a point. It's almost confusing to the point where you have these 3 big shows.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but the one I think is really going to overshadow the Evolution pay-per-view. And I feel that the Super Showdown, essentially, has turned into the setup show for that show because the WWE is getting paid
a
buttload of money.
So We're gonna get to the point where there's fucking network specials every weekend.
Well, and again, here's the thing: if you can get paid and you can make money, you go out and do it in business. That's business. That's business 101. Do what you got to make money.
Are we gonna have this fucking conversation?
No, we're not. No, I'm not. We're not having it in that context that we had before.
All right. I was gonna say because I don't think you want to have this fucking conversation on the podcast.
No, we're not but I'm saying in general. I'm saying in general terms, if they can get a promoter in Australia, a promoter in China, a promoter in Mexico, a promoter in England, a promoter in wherever, and that will essentially give them paid shows that drive people, that they make money off of doing the live show, and that it also drives business to their over-the-top streaming platform.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do it? Regardless. Now, and again, I
mean, maybe if they're sexist.
How do we have this conversation without directly addressing it? That's the question here.
Why can't we directly address it?
Well, we'll directly address it in this form. I'll say this: the Slam Fam, for those of you just who are wondering, the Slam Fam has made a conscientious decision, I should say, that we are not going to cover the show in Saudi Arabia due to political beliefs that do not match up with any of ours. Now, that being said, I'm not telling people not to watch the show. I'm not telling people...
You can do whatever they want.
You can do what you want. But we're not going to directly cover that show. We're going to focus on, obviously, with Bells, they're bringing a show every week during the month of October. We're going to focus on Evolution. We're going to focus on covering the things that we would like to cover. Now, I think the Super Showdown show looks like a lot of fun. Obviously, last week I tuned into Raw basically for one main reason: The Undertaker. And now we have Undertaker and Kane, which if I could see the Brothers of Destruction one more time together, my only wish with that.
What?
Can Taker be American Badass for one night?
Australian Badass.
And here's the reason why. I loved the Brothers of Destruction American Badass era entrance, where Kane would come out, then his music would be played, Kane would come out, he'd get up, he'd do the pyro, and then when he did the pyro, it would immediately morph right into Taker's music.
Was that Rollin' at the time?
Yeah, I think that was when he was using Rollin'.
Keep rolling.
Because I think that's on the video. That's on one of the SmackDown video games, and I think that's the same SmackDown video game that actually has Fred Durst as a playable wrestler.
Yes, it does. Was that number 3?
I think so. Yeah, it was the first one on the PS2.
Oh God, whose fucking idea was that?
Fred Durst gets to be a playable wrestler.
God damn.
How many guys just literally just use that just to beat up Fred Durst? Although, like I said, I don't lie about it. I was all about
cosplay as Fred Durst.
I literally did. I was all about Limp Bizkit. I can still pop 1999 on and just rock out for a little bit because Rollin', some My Way, some break stuff. That's my jam. So I'm not gonna shit on
Your Way or the Highway, Regal.
My Way. No. I'm not going to shit on Fred Durst, but yes. Now, the Brothers... Now, here's the thing. They're doing this thing where Kane's going to be in his corner, Shawn's going to be in Triple H's corner, and it's already basically known to the wrestling community that it's going to lead to a tag match.
God damn it. Really?
Yeah. And it's going to lead to a tag match at that show. So, That's the irritating part. Super Showdown now feels like a warm-up for this other show.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar is going to be on this other show, so this 6-man tag that they're having at Super Showdown essentially is just a build-up match to this next show. And stuck in the middle is the Evolution pay-per-view that they're not hyping nearly as well and as much as I had hoped they would. Now, other side of the coin to that, I will say, Becky Lynch and Charlotte got the main event segment on SmackDown.
Yeah.
They killed it. And I don't care what you feel about Becky Lynch or Charlotte or anything. The way they've crafted the story with these two, I think has been phenomenal. And whether you want to cheer Charlotte or you want to cheer Becky and say, well, yeah, Becky's kind of right about pretty much everything she said, which she is, and traditional thinking in this would make you think Becky would be the babyface because Charlotte basically stomped on her opportunity, walked right in, stole her spotlight, and then basically stole the belt, and then Becky finally beats her.
Yeah.
It's a babyface storyline, but WWE is making her the heel because, they... When did WWE just forget how to book? When did they forget how to book baby faces?
Vince McMahon's always preferred the ass-kicking babyface. He's always preferred the Jean-Claude Van Damme come in and fuck everybody up style babyface.
But you have a natural story here.
There's no sympathy. Vince McMahon doesn't like the sympathetic
There's this
babyface.
natural story here where you have had Becky, who's always been loved by the fans, and then Charlotte, who is, the girl with the proverbial girl with the golden spoon in her mouth.
Yeah.
And she comes in, steals the belt, steals the opportunity first, makes it a triple threat, steals the belt. Becky finally gets fed up, fights back, wins the title, overcomes the odds since Charlotte's been cleaned twice in singles matches on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Up to that point. And then, but you're still painting Becky as the heel in this story.
Yeah.
I don't understand why WWE does what would naturally be a babyface storyline and paints the person as a heel.
Doesn't make sense.
I don't get it. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And you can look at, obviously, I feel like I'm beating the dead horse here when I say it. Roman Reigns' entire last 5 years of, and you literally had, even at one point, there literally was a moment during a promo where Roman Reigns was being booed, and he turns around to the fans and says, sit down, drink your beer, and shut up.
Yeah.
A babyface should never do that.
Yeah.
Ever. Why does this guy who constantly acts aloof and better than everybody else, and now, essentially, you again have a situation where you have a guy who had an opportunity, said that he was going to use that opportunity the right way, got screwed over at SummerSlam because Brock basically took him out. Then, when he tries to cash in the opportunity again, here comes the champ's two buddies to the ring to basically screw him again. And now, and this is the worst part, you finally go to a match that literally, a gimmick match that is designed to keep competitors inside of it and keep others out.
Except for Brock.
And how does the fucking match ends? It ends with a guy coming down, breaking up the cell, walking in, giving the other two guys a 1 F5, and then the match ends. Mick Foley went off the fucking cell twice and still continued. But Brock Lesnar comes in, gives 2 F5s, and we're fucking done. What the shit?
Are you upset about this, Regal?
Yes! And then the next night, Braun Strowman comes out. You'd think, okay, he should be, I got screwed over. This is bullshit. I got screwed over. I demand another match. What's he do? No big deal. We'll wait till we do a triple threat and put Brock back in it. Huh? No! That's not how it fucking works! You fucking go out there, you're pissed off, you want your fucking shot back, and you're gonna do whatever it takes to get it. And then the champ's like, oh hey, I'm still your Universal Champion, not admit, oh yeah, I won. No, you didn't win. You escaped by a fucking technicality. The only good part of that segment on Raw was Paul Heyman bringing out the cage door. Which at least that makes a cool visual and says that Brock Lesnar's strong enough to bust out the cell. But, I mean, obviously, did anybody want Brock back this quick? No.
Did anybody want Brock back, period?
Well, Brock's an attraction. Brock is going to come back. That's not a problem with me. But
I thought he was going back to the UFC.
Well, yeah, that's what, and he still is. And believe me, you can tell Brock's going back to the UFC because somebody's definitely in the testing pool. I'll just put it that way. Brock looked considerably lighter than the last time we saw him. But I mean, it just doesn't make sense. You have the best talent roster that you have ever had. The most athletic, most charismatic, best professional wrestlers in the world. And you can't write a logical story that presents them in a way that everyone can get behind it. Honestly, you're doing a storyline that if I tried to sell this to a non-wrestling fan, they'd probably pretty much just give you the spiel that I gave. That it doesn't make any fucking sense. Because it doesn't. But because this is what Vince McMahon and shareholders and we're a publicly traded company. We're not a wrestling company. We're an entertainment company. That's great and all, but at the end of the day, wrestling is the main word in the title of your company. No matter what you do, no matter where you go in this world, WWE, the key word in the corporate wording of that is going to be wrestling. The key word is in the middle. Wrestling has to drive whatever else that you do. Whether you go into movies, whether you're doing reality TV, whether you're selling subscription services to your WWE network, which is still great. People always say, oh, WWE sucks, I'm going to cancel my WWE network. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm never canceling WWE network. Why? I can watch World Class Championship Wrestling. I can watch ECW. I can watch Jim Crockett Promotions. I can watch NWA Mid-Atlantic. I can watch All-Star Wrestling from the 70s. I can watch Bruno Sammartino and Superstar Billy Graham. I can watch Nitro and Thunder. I can watch WCW. I can watch every wrestling pay-per-view ever put on. So even if today's product isn't that great, you can still watch everything else. And okay, you can say, well, Raw and SmackDown aren't great, but you know what's great? NXT is great. 205 Live is great. The Mae Young Classic is great. NXT UK is going to be great. Trust me on this. NXT UK is going to be great.
Yeah.
But why?
Am I still on this show?
Why can't we get Raw and SmackDown to be great? Now here's the thing, Alex.
Regal?
I pray and pray 2019 the XFL is going to start up again.
Oh,
that's
God.
what we're told.
I forgot about that.
Hear me out on
this.
this.
Oh, man.
Hear me out on this.
Regal.
First of all, the XFL, if you watch an NFL game this year, the XFL may end up not being as bad as we thought because if the NFL,
we don't give a fuck about concussions.
If the XFL at least lets them tackle a fucking quarterback, I'd be happy at this point. They're screwing over the Packers every single week. Clay Matthews.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not even going to go. But okay, so here's where I'm going with this. Vince McMahon is going to go, and he's going to do his XFL thing, and he's going to look at Triple H and Steph, and he's going to say, you guys run it. And at that point, hopefully Triple H says, okay, here's what we're doing. And he takes the main roster. Which, by the way, I should have said this way earlier. Hell in a Cell was probably probably the best pay-per-view of 2018.
Yeah.
Well, Royal Rumble.
Was that this year? Yeah.
But outside of Royal Rumble, which was basically bookended by the Royal Rumble matches, outside of Royal Rumble, Hell in a Cell was probably the best show they've done all year, in my opinion. The wrestling was solid. Everything else made sense up until the finish of the main event, which completely shit on everything else. But what I hope and pray, first off, SmackDown is going to become the A show in 2019.
Think?
It's on Fox.
Yeah.
It's not on, and when I say Fox, not Fox Sports, not Fox Sports 1, not Fox Sports 2, not FX or FXX or FXX or anything else. It's on Fox.
It's on Fox. God damn it.
It is on network television. It is going to be on over-the-air broadcast TV. You don't need a cable subscription to watch it.
Yeah.
That is huge in this day.
It's going to be on Friday nights, isn't it?
Yes, live on Friday nights.
The worst time slot for television.
It doesn't matter. The thing is, you don't need a cable subscription to watch it, which is becoming pivotal because more and more, especially your millennial hipster generation, Alex.
Okay.
And granted, I've been on this for 2 years, over 2 years at this point.
Yeah.
Are cutting the cable from satellite and cable and traditional cable TV like your Mediacom or your Comcast, and going to a strictly streaming option, thus making it harder and harder for people to watch live cable TV. That's one of the main reasons WWE, one of the most watched things on Hulu. But putting a show on Fox Network, and here's the thing, WWE still, even though people are cutting the cord, still has the demand for live programming. The live streams of the pay-per-views on the network show that. Raw still draws a good rating, better than most anything else on cable TV. SmackDown still draws a good rating. You put SmackDown on broadcast TV for people that don't need cable, on broadcast every single week, and say, here, this is our show, buy our WWE network and watch our pay-per-views and watch our other products, it's going to create so much revenue for WWE.
Yeah.
SmackDown has to become the A show.
All right. Whew. Anything else you want to talk about this week, Regal?
NWA 70th anniversary show?
Yeah, go.
Doug Ritter texted me.
Yeah.
He got the VIP. He's gonna be in the front row. He's got the VIP package. So he gets to basically meet everybody on the show. He gets to meet 8 former NWA World Heavyweight Champions, I believe is what it says. But is
one of them Tim Storm?
One of them is Tim Storm.
Okay. What are you doing?
Let me pull this up because he sent it to me.
Oh God.
I'll pull it up real fast.
Are you going, Regal?
Huh? I'm not. It's in.
Is it the 28th?
It's in Nashville.
September 20th? Is it October 28th?
October 28th.
September 28th.
October 28th.
October 28th isn't a Sunday.
October 26th, maybe, I don't remember. But okay, so they are
last Sunday in October.
So here's what and there are 4.
Oh, it is October 28th.
Yeah, there are 4 different VIP packages that you could get, and they did a thing where you could get all of them for $70. So first off was the 10 pounds of gold VIP, signed 8x10 and photo with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and a commemorative pin. The NWA National Title VIP, signed 8x10 of legendary NWA manager J.J. Dillon with a photo with the new national title and JJ. Hall of NWA Title Champions VIP, signed 8x10 photos of former NWA champions Dory Funk Jr., Jeff Jarrett, Blue Demon, Rob Conway, Colt Cabana, Jax Dane, Tim Storm, and more.
Who's Jax Dane?
He was the champion before Tim Storm.
Oh.
I believe he's a Tennessee. He's around the Tennessee Southern Indies. Really good, actually, pretty good worker from what I've seen a few of his matches. Then the
if Regal says he's good, he must be over.
Then the 605 VIP experience. Signed 8x10 of James Cornette. Photo on the set of NWA Era on TBS with Jim Cornette and Tony Schiavone.
It's probably a fucking same backdrop you got at StarCast.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm guessing. But, should we make sure Douglas has something with him when he goes?
What?
He needs a double cheese, double onion, double mayo.
God damn.
Motherfucker.
Yep. Have him take a cheeseburger to have Jim Cornette sign a cheeseburger.
Dude.
Doug, I know you're listening to this because you're one of the 5. If you're fucking listening to this, I fucking dare you to ask Jim Cornette to sign a cheeseburger.
I guarantee you, if Doug Ritter takes Jim Cornette a Wendy's cheeseburger, Jim Cornette will love him till the day he dies.
I want him to sign it, though. I don't want him to eat it. Get a signed cheeseburger by Jim Cornette.
Signed cheeseburger?
Yeah.
Uh.
You know who else you should get to sign a cheeseburger?
Who?
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger? Yeah.
Oh.
But, I mean, I'm excited for the show. I'm hoping we're going to be watching that show.
I would like to.
I want to see the rematch of Cody and Nick Aldis. I'm really interested to see what the national title tournament is going to shape up to be.
It's going to be a tournament, huh?
I believe they said they were going to do like a 4-man tournament. So.
Oh. Do you think Joey Ryan will be in it?
If Jim Cornette's on the show, I'm going to guarantee you Joey Ryan is probably not booked. You know who probably is booked?
Who?
Marco Stunt. He's booked everywhere else these days. I mean,
God damn it! What is this? A fucking midget match? Jesus Christ!
I wonder what Corny would think
fucking
of Marco Stunt.
I'm sure fucking Corny talked about Marco Stunt on one of his fucking podcasts.
I'll have to look at
the notoriety.
I'll have to go listen.
The notoriety that Marco Stunt has had lately.
We should send get well wishes to Joey Janela.
Yeah, and Jordine Grace.
And Jordine Grace. Thankfully, it looks like Jordine is going to be okay. It was just a mild sprain. Unfortunately, it looks like Joey's maybe much more serious. Having an MRI tomorrow. Wrestling is dangerous, guys. Joey did of all the crazy shit that Joey Janela has done in his wrestling career.
Yeah,
it's a routine dive that he. Well, and nothing in a wrestling ring is ever routine. I should say that, but it was a routine dive off the top rope that he landed. He kind of just landed wrong, and his knee went one way and his body went the other.
Fuck.
So it sucks. I mean, you know, and well, I mean, look at what happened to Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
A flip over move that he's done a million times, and he just landed slightly wrong. And again, knee went one way, body weight went the other, and it really sucks, especially for a guy like Joey Janela, who, you know, is one of the hottest guys in independent wrestling right now. I mean, he was in the finals of Bola.
Yeah. And
now he's looking at possibly sitting on the shelf for 10 months to a year. Unfortunately, that means I haven't even said this. Does this mean he's going to have to host Joey Janela's spring break on a, you know, as a host only? We're not going to get Joey Janela versus
Glacier.
Well, no. I was trying to think of who could be, because Joey is doing the, you know, Japanese Legend tour gimmick. I was thinking Joey Janela versus maybe Taka Michinoku.
Ooh, yeah.
Something like that. But it does. I do feel kind of. I did not get. Did you check out that Vice mini doc that they put out today?
No.
Vice did a mini doc. They're doing a series of mini docs on deathmatch wrestling.
Yeah. Why would I have watched that?
Because it's interesting. They did one on the hipster heartthrob Casanova Valentine.
Yeah.
A friend of the podcast, Marcus Crane.
He's not your friend?
Huh?
He's not your friend?
I've never met Casanova Valentine.
Oh, I thought you said Marcus Crane was a friend of the.
He's a friend of the podcast.
Yeah, I thought you meant Marcus Crane.
No, Marcus Crane's a friend of the podcast.
He is? Has he ever listened?
I doubt it. I doubt Marcus Crane knows what a podcast is, but he's still a friend of the podcast because he's a friend of mine. No, Marcus, but Casanova Valentine, a guy who basically, and the story is kind of unique, a deathmatch wrestler who essentially does no-ring death matches in bars, in clubs, nightclubs in New York City as a part of art shows. Because he does art, he's an artist, and he started doing it as a way to promote the art shows that he would put on. Check it out if you want. It's Vice. Just look up Vice Sports. I know on his Instagram, Marcus Crane posted a social media post that had him doing a Vice release form. So I'm hoping and praying we will get a documentary chronicling Marcus Crane and his journey in deathmatch wrestling. But no, Vice Sports has been a excellent. They've done ones on Tournament of Death. They've done some stuff. They've done stuff on Joey Janela. They've done one on Danny Havoc. Big supporters of deathmatch wrestling. Which, Alex, I know you are not, but I am a fan of deathmatch wrestling, and it's good to see that there are people out there and news outlets out there that do want to support that particular art form.
Yeah.
You really hate it when I talk about deathmatch wrestling, don't you?
No, I just don't have anything to say. What am I supposed to say? I don't like deathmatch stuff. I don't care about deathmatch stuff. You rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled this entire episode.
Is there anything you would like to talk about?
I can't think of anything.
Well, then what's the point? I'm sorry, Alex, that you don't feel that you were included enough in this episode.
Yeah, well.
Would you like a hug?
No, don't touch me. Hashtag give Alex a chance. Start a movement, guys. Get me.
Maybe we'll do an episode of Off the Chest where the chest doesn't show up. How about that? Then you could talk for an hour.
Gosh, people would love that, Regal.
There's probably people out there that would.
People love me, Regal.
Matt Ritter wouldn't.
Over like Rover. Oh, maybe I should quit again. Do you remember when I quit?
No, you're not quitting again.
You remember when I quit?
No, you're not quitting again.
You didn't like it when I quit.
No.
That was a bad episode. You didn't try to do the whole thing by yourself? Ugh. Fuck. Alright. Woo! Where you're living,
Rick.
Regal.
Yeah?
I got a request this week.
What's your request?
Somebody wanted me to come in and talk about the Ric Flair drip.
I saw that video, Rick.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, big fan of the podcast.
Yeah.
Chris Angle Sr.
Yeah?
Saw it. He contacted me, got a hold of me, messaged me, and he wants me to say what I was doing to that. Christopher, that's your real name?
It is.
The truth is, I have no idea. But they paid me a lot of money to do it. Woo!
Hey, Rick.
What?
Speaking of the Ric Flair drip,
Yeah.
how was your honeymoon?
It was pretty good until they told me I had to come back and do this shit show.
Hey.
What? I've been at the water cooler for almost an hour now. Alex hardly didn't get to talk at all. It's been Regal, complaining about the WWE, complaining about Ashley. I heard what you said about Ashley. I see you holding your chest, you son of a bitch.
Rick, we had Senior Tigre.
I'm out of here. Woo!
I was gonna tell Rick we had Senor Tigre on the show.
Rick knows Senor Tigre.
I'm sure Senor Tigre knows Rick.
Yeah, Rick asked Senor Tigre for his autograph at the water fountain.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is John G at the water fountain today?
No?
No. I heard he hangs out there from time to time.
I mean, they all want to meet him.
Oh.
We should get him on one of these
We
times.
should. You know who else we need to get on?
Who?
Sean Morrow.
We do. We really need to. We really need to get Sean Morrow on the podcast.
People sleep on that. I think Sean would be.
I think Sean would be a great.
Sean would actually be really
Sean
fun.
would be a great fucking
But
podcast.
We'd have to, but again, we'd have to do what we usually do and ply him with some alcohol. But
yeah.
Sean would be would be a great interview.
All right.
And we're gonna make that happen here in the next few weeks or
so. Mark my words.
Yeah.
Before the end of 2018, Sean Morrow will appear on the Off the Chest of Timothy Regal
Commissioner
podcast.
Sean Morrow will be on the podcast.
Commissioner Sean Morrow will be on the podcast
within the next couple of months.
Do you think he'd want to do a pipe dream? I don't think he would.
He's an old school wrestling fan, so he might actually be more into that than you might think he would.
Yeah. All right. Well, I see somebody's wanting to come in here, so I'm going to let him come in and do the plugs.
Oh.
What? Let me tell you something, baby.
Dusty.
Regal, have you anything you want to talk about before we do the plugs?
Did you hear us talking about Cody?
Yes, I've been standing here waiting, Regal. You talked an awful lot this week.
I did talk an awful lot this week.
There was a lot of Regal and not a lot of Alex. It was rebel. Flip, flop, and fly.
I was all over.
It was the verbal flip, flop, and fly, if you will.
Are you excited? We're about a month out. Oh, we're a week. I didn't even mention this.
What's
Rick,
that?
Next.
Rick's gone.
Or Dusty.
I'm Dusty of the American Dream.
But I'm excited because I forgot about this. Next Sunday, Cody versus Juice Robinson for the NWA United States Championship.
It's gonna be good. Cody's gonna win it.
Is Cody gonna do the belt collector gimmick?
He's gonna be a double champion. I don't know about belt collector, but he'll be a double champion. All right, Regal, you ready?
I'm ready.
Was Margaret on this episode?
Margaret was on this episode.
Follow Margaret and Dale.
She yelled at me.
Sweet, sexy, beautiful woman that she is. Follow her at Bales in the Cell. Follow Regal at SCW Regal 444. Senor Tigre got Twitter?
I don't think Senor Tigre has.
I don't think he does either. Go ahead and follow Alex at One Real Smart Alex, Twitter and Instagram. Regal, are you playing games on my podcast?
I am.
Follow the Slam Fam at Slam Fam Wrestling on Twitter, WREST, Slam Fam Wrestling on Instagram. Like the Slam Fam Wrestling Network on Facebook. And for Timothy Regal, Alex McCarthy, Margaret and Dale, Senor Tigre, Ric Flair, anybody else on here this week?
Nope, I think that's it.
We'll see you to the show, baby, with Queen of Des Moines. That's the next show, right?
Yep, Queen of Des Moines.
Alright, I'm going to be there.
You going to be there?
Absolutely.
Who do you think's going to win?
Mario Osaka.
You like Mario Osaka?